NamaSlay.
All right.
How
Should
you
we
feeling?
wait a little? I feel good. I feel rested. I feel, you know how we were talking yesterday. I felt like I had so much on my plate, and then when I just took it one thing at a time, I was like, it means you're on NamaSlay because she invited you. So, okay, so we're on NamaSlay. Yeah, so took my own advice, and when I started feeling overwhelmed with all that work that I had, I just like took some deep breaths and just did one at a time. You know, I was like, okay, I'm not going to put my brain on everything I have to do. I'm just going to focus on this one project at a time. And then before I
Yep.
knew it, I was like doing my bedtime ritual. So,
Dang, check you
yeah.
out.
So that feels good. How you doing? How you feeling?
Um, Not as rested as I wanted to be this morning because my dog. Um, but other than that, I'm great.
Good,
I'm just so
good.
excited what we're doing right now.
I know, right? I am excited too. This has been already just such an energetic, organic start and flow. And I can't wait to, I'm excited to share with the world, with everybody, what we, the journey and how we came to this moment in this place and this beautiful morning. Can you see the list of people, Seth? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Good.
good. So
What was the
Lisa
question?
Marie's here. Oh, can you see the chat box?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I guess we could get started with just get started, and then
Okay. So let's get started with a little grounding exercise then.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So I don't know. Set my phone down. All right. So let's come into a comfortable seated position and ensure that your spine is straight, your shoulders are relaxed, and your eyes are gently closed. Take 5 full breaths slowly and steadily as you drop deeper into the present moment. As you breathe, let the belly be soft to encourage the breath to flow as deep as it is comfortable. After these 5 grounding breaths, shift your attention to the earth beneath you. Depending on how you are seated, you might be cross-legged or on the floor, seated on a chair. Hold your attention on the areas of your body that are in direct contact with what is beneath you. Stay present with this for 10 to 15 full breaths. Then gently shift your attention to hold the fullness of your body and your awareness. Know what it feels like to be in or with your physical body right now. Observe whatever sensations might be here for another 5 full breaths. Remain attuned to the sensations of each breath cycle. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes and begin to reflect upon your experience of this practice. Okay, I feel nice and relaxed now.
That was beautiful. I love starting with the grounding. It's always nice. Um, okay, I think what we'll move into is I always like to begin on a positive note because it, of the way it rewires the brain and helps us to start to see more and more positive events in our lives, since like the negative ones, the negative events tend to steal the stage, right? So
For sure.
yeah, so if we could start with what's going well. So what's going well, or is there something that we can celebrate that's big or even small, that happened this week that we could focus on?
Well, for us, this is the thing that I just keep thinking about is just that we got our stuff on Spotify, and
Yeah,
it's just so huge, and I just keep thinking about it every single day, how fast we're just growing and just moving along. So that's what I would like to celebrate.
beautiful. Yeah, I celebrate that too, and I echo what you had to say because um, who, like I mentioned earlier, the organic flow and the putting putting things into action. So I'd like to celebrate the inspired action steps that I've taken this week to move through um, a lot of business decisions and finding a way to not feel spread thin and to not feel overwhelmed that leads to stress. So I honor myself for reaching into my toolkit and finding ways to space things out in a way that makes sense. And I have a move coming up at the end of the month. So, you know what, and Sev, I know you've been moving too. So, what goes into that is just
A lot.
so much organization and purging and separating things and going through. We were talking about going through all the old things and going, do I really need to keep this? So,
Yeah, this thing is
uh,
like 6 years old. Why do I still have it?
like, when is this really going to serve me? So, simplifying. I celebrate simplifying. Yeah. Does anyone
Awesome.
else would anyone else like to join in and share what's going well this week or today?
Within the last 5 minutes, anything
Yeah.
positive happen?
All right. Well, so I guess we could go into what does it mean to NamaSlay, and that's the topic today. Is we have this platform that is made up of a group of ambitious, empowered women who find joy and further empowerment to come together and to collaborate and to share life experiences and the successes, even the failures, and to continue to empower each other and to be a place, a safe space for resources and to bounce energy and ideas off of each other. So um, if we break it down and break it down, the Nama part of the name and then into slay, if we start with Namaste, is where that actually right? It derives
started.
from,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like, it was Nicole Arjamond. We had a meeting where we were just truly trying to figure out like what's the name that feels good, that represents everything that we're, that encapsulates what we're doing and who we are and the brand and the vision. And so I love that Nicole just, her first thought was namaste, and she loved it because of what it means. And it means, the spiritual meaning of namaste conveys that the divine in me respectfully recognizes the divine in you. And namaste invokes the feeling of spiritual oneness of heart and mind. And then on into where the slay part came. And it was just that moment of, it was an aha moment for me. And Severina, you just said, instead of namaste, how about namaslay? And you said it in such
And I was totally just kidding. I was definitely just joking too. And
yeah,
then you
well,
and
Joe,
Nicole were just like, "Oh my God, yeah, I love
that's
it."
it,
I was
that's
like,
it,
"Wait,
because
really?"
and that's the thing, it felt right. It felt that, just like the energy that came from the feeling of like when you said it and where we're going with it, it was like that's it. And so when I think of slay, I mean, everyone has a different, comes from a different angle, and that's what I love about this group of women, that we all come from completely different backgrounds and life experiences, but we have a like-mindedness in, what I like to say is we're like-minded grinders. And what that means to me is just like being persistent and pushing forward, and um, having a desire and a hunger for growth, for continual growth. So, and for me, slaying is having an action plan. And what an action plan is a proposed strategy or a course of action. And then taking small inspired action steps. And I love this quote or this phrase that small hinges swing big doors, because it is that compound effect of building momentum and having small actionable steps that compound and lead to big things, big change, transformation, the building of something. So that action plan, and then the inspired action steps, and the consistency and follow through. So when we're consistent, again, that adds to building momentum and having like a flow, a forward flow. And the follow through is really, when I think of slay, I just think of, it could be anything. It could be in business, it could be in your health, with your family, being a sister, a mother, a friend, a coworker. Just follow through. Having that action plan, taking the steps, being consistent, pushing through, then following through. And then in order to have all of that, I believe that you have to set up the conditions for success in your life so that follow through happens. So it's not just that, it's not as easy as just talking about it, thinking about it. It's really having that action plan, setting things in motion, putting it in place, being consistent, following through. And then one really important component for me, and what I've seen help others be successful, is having a support system, an accountability and support system. So whether that's,
Yes.
yeah, like this right here, this
Mhm.
group, this, or if you don't, you know, some people are, especially these days, we're a little bit isolated with the pandemic and not able to, we can connect through social media, but not everybody really has a support system set up. And there was a time in my life when I didn't, and I had created so much self-destruction that I isolated myself from the world. So, then that kind of goes back to self-love, and self-love is a huge part of slaying in anything too in life. So, um,
Sure.
yeah,
Especially when you have that support system, like what we're trying to build here.
yeah,
It just makes slaying a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And slaying is just pretty much just kicking ass
Yeah.
in every aspect of life.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's it's easy to, we see these quotes and affirmations and memes out there, and it's nice, but really, what does it all mean to what's behind it? I think the authenticity behind it, putting things into action, is what creates, is what leads to slaying. So,
Oh, for
um,
sure. Because you could say quotes all day, but unless
mhm,
you have an action and behind it, it's
mhm,
just a quote. It means
yeah,
absolutely nothing.
yeah, yeah. So. And that's why I love our platform, and Severina, my hat's off to you, because you just really come through with the artwork and the inspired affirmations that I feel like we all really do live by and have authenticity around. So that's what I love about what we have to share, is come be here with us and feel there's no judgment, and it's safe, and we can share and uplift and empower each other.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Just having that safe space where no matter what you're going through, if you need somebody to talk to, or if you just want to listen to some sort of inspirational type stuff, like, we're here with
Yeah.
whatever you need, even if it's just, I don't know, just hanging around, listening. Like, I think that's what people need right now during this time. At least I know
Yeah.
that's what I need.
Yeah.
Because you
I do
can't go
too.
outside
I do
right now.
too.
We can't go have girls' night. So I
Yeah.
think having this sort of like virtual girls' night or whatever is very needed, especially
Yeah.
for women that have kids and stuff at home. They need that the little safe space. Like, oh my God, my 2-year-old is driving me crazy today.
Yeah.
Like, help somebody
Yeah.
talk adult to me, please.
Right. Yeah. And Severina, I think we could share also our background. I know that I'll let you share who you are and what you do.
I kind of do everything.
Yeah.
So I am a uh, nutritional health coach, as well as I have a juice company called Fresh Juice. Um, I do like marketing and branding and stuff for um, us and my
Yeah.
companies
Yeah, you do.
and anybody that I know that needs help, I guess. And I'm a realtor as well, and I um, am a food blogger. That
Nice.
pretty much sums me up, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's so important for us to share, because if we're inviting women into this safe space, and I think that everyone has something, even if they don't feel like they have something to offer or to contribute. Like, we all have something. We all come from, we start somewhere, and I too feel like I'm a Jane of many trades, and it's good to know that, like, and it's been helpful for me to know to to be able to come to you for branding and marketing advice, or bounce those ideas off of you, and then you just fine tune it. Or if it's learning about nutritional nutritional information, Severina's like, what you're the first person I think of, So um, I
Yeah, I love doing
where
all
do
the
I
health type
start?
stuff.
My journey, I was in skincare, licensed esthetician in, the spa world, and beauty industry, and my career pivoted into, actually, interestingly, into the metals industry, and through that I have made connections with an association of empowered women who do that, who empower each other, and it's an organization run by women. And so within that, I get to mentor, because let me go back to, I'm a life coach. So, and I coach around career life balance, work life balance, and self love. If I really had to narrow it down, because I think that's where it all starts. So, but that's where I am in my part of this journey. And so I invite conversations like this, or just, one-on-one or group type situations, because I think we all need support. And I love being that kind of accountability, because to it holds me accountable to be the best version of myself, when you're having to show up for others. So that's what
Oh,
I
for
have
sure.
to, yeah. And I know
Yeah, you don't want to
Severina.
be that one person that's like fucking everything else up.
No, when I've been there, it's not, I haven't done everything perfectly, and I've been there where I've allowed, my own personal stuff to kind of knock me off
Consume
my
you.
egg, yeah, and fall out of flow. And then I'm like, wait, I have so many things that I have that I'm accountable for, and I have to show up. So we're all human. We're all human, and just as far as we come with it, with whatever successes or our growth path, we still I need support and accountability. So,
For sure.
Severina,
We all need that.
you had some mindset action items to
Oh,
share,
to
and I thought they
how
were,
to not play, or
yeah, yeah,
how to
yeah,
get in the mindset of Nama slaying.
yeah.
All right. So, a way to get yourself in that mindset to uh, NamaSlay, or just slay your day, however you want to say it, is to
Yeah,
do the Wonder Woman pose. Put your hands on your hips and just stand there. They say you stand there for like 30 seconds, and it just gets you in that zone, like you're ready to conquer whatever you have ahead of you. Um,
yeah,
another way, or another thing to do, is to look in the mirror and like stare at yourself like dead on in the eyes, and just reaffirm to yourself that you are that bitch, that you are the
yeah.
baddest person in the world, and you are just gonna slay the day, slay the week, slay the year, slay whatever you have in front of you.
Hmm.
um, Another thing is to be extra, and by that I mean like just be extra with everything you do. Like if you are going to, I don't know, go work out, make sure you feel sexy and you're just being extra with everything. Like essentially just don't care about what people are gonna think of you. Like so long as you feel comfortable and super confident and you're being extra, like so be it. Who cares what other
Hmm.
people think, you know? Get all the extra guacamole in your life. You feel me? Be
I love
extra.
that.
Um, we also need to remind ourselves just to like release the inner badass in ourselves. Um, and I think because I've actually been doing, ever since I read about the Wonder Woman pose, I've
Yeah,
actually been doing that, not every day, but like when I know I have things to conquer, I do it, and it really helps me feel more confident, and helps me like release that inner badass. So the Wonder Woman pose for me helps a lot.
so you
And
have,
don't forget
okay,
to smile.
yeah. I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
mean, I know it's hard right now because of the masks and all, but you have one of those clear ones. Smile while you
Yeah,
can. It like releases endorphins and stuff to where it just makes you feel more confident and just overall more happy, I guess.
yeah. And I like you just said, it's not always easy these days to find reason to smile, or people can't, how kind of weird it is when you have a mask on and you're smiling, but the other people don't know it. Have you experienced that?
Yeah,
You're
you're like,
like,
why is this
so you make your
person
eyes all
staring
big,
at
like
me?
I'm smiling, I'm
Yeah, I'm
smiling.
good.
But I've kind of found some peace in knowing that, like, even if no one else can see it or can feel my smiling energy, I know it. And then sometimes it's hard to even find reasons to smile. Like that in itself right there is kind of like, oh, that sucks. No one knows why. I kind of feel like we're all walking around with frowns underneath our
Yeah.
masks. But what helps me to invoke, like to bring a smile to my face even through like really a hard day, is having just like memories on just on deck, like having like funny, like I look for like those, those funny moments where you're just laughing so hard, like with your girlfriends, or
Crying.
yeah, like you're almost gonna pee your pants because you're laughing so hard. Like I go to that, I'm like, oh, that was a funny memory, and it just instantly brings, a smile to my face. Or
You
sometimes
start
I'm
laughing in the middle of the grocery store. People are looking like, what the fuck are you
totally,
laughing at?
totally right. So that's what helps bring a smile to my face, even if no one can see it under my mask, or if I'm just like cleaning my house by myself, whatever, wherever, like funny memories.
Yeah, that definitely
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, and then I think that does shift mindset to go on to slay. If it's slaying in the next hour of your day, if it's that working on a work project that you dread, but you've just got to push through it, and you value your work, so you want it to shine. So how do I just get through it with a smile? I love slaying with a smile. It's better than
For
slaying
sure.
with a frown.
Even like in the back of your mind, you're like, oh my God, I don't really want to do this. But if you're
Mhm.
just still smiling and just like
Yeah,
getting through it, it's
yeah.
gonna be okay.
Yeah, and maybe even envisioning the outcome. Like I love visualization exercises and mental rehearsal exercises. Mental rehearsal is really, visualization is seeing it from the outside looking in, and then mental rehearsal is putting yourself in it, in the experience. Like super athletes do that. They get into their what they call zone before they go into battle, if you will. Their battle being, the basketball court or football field or whatever it is. So getting into that zone and actually seeing the end result and the outcome of your work, so that it's almost like reverse engineering. Like I see the outcome, and then I'm going to come back to the beginning, and I'm going to piece it together so that my work reflects the vision that I have. And then and then I'm proud. We're always, that sense of accomplishment, like being
Oh,
proud of your work after it's, because last night I didn't want to do all those reports, and I didn't want to do, everything I had to do, but I was like, but if I hit send and I'm proud of the work I did, then I'm going to rest easy, and I'm going to wake up feeling good. So,
as opposed
yeah.
to like either doing a shitty job or not doing it at all. You like
Mhm.
go to sleep like, wow, I didn't really give my all to it, or
Mm.
like they're probably not gonna like the job that I did, or you have all these
Yeah.
negative things in the back of your brain, so your sleep
Yeah.
isn't gonna be as good.
Yeah.
And then you get to look at the work that you did and really be like, I did that.
Yeah, I did that.
I
I
did
do that.
fuck
I
around
do
with that.
that. I did the shit out of that. Right? And then you're like, okay, I got something here. I've done that where I've had a spreadsheet with formulas that I couldn't figure out. And so I had this like negative attitude. This was recently, like a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, I can't, in my mind, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then pushed through and pushed and kept going and kept going. And then getting onto the other side of it, going, once I figured it out, I was like, the whole time I was telling myself I couldn't, with my self-limiting beliefs, and then but kept on pushing, and now I'm smiling because I learned I actually could do it. So um
That's like how Nicole, like when she first started editing her videos and stuff, she was
yeah.
like stressed the fuck out, and now she's like the best little or not videographer,
Right.
but like video editor. She's all
Yeah.
badass and shit now. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
She did it
All
with a
right.
smile too.
She did it with a smile. And support, right? I love it.
Oh,
I love
for
that
sure.
I can call any one of you and go like, I can't, I'm struggling, girl. I don't know what to do. What do I do? How do I do it? And have that, like that loving, unconditional loving support, and those nudges like, you got this, you got this. So
Yes, even though
yeah.
you might not really, but just hearing it that you got it from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually have this.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I guess we could wrap up, and I always like to wrap up, like if I'm in session with a client or what have you. I like to wrap up with a checkout word. And I know we started with what's going well and those beautiful gifts to celebrate that are current in our lives. And if you, like Severina, if you had a checkout word, like what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Can you explain what a checkout word is?
Like a feeling that you're having, a, a, a feeling about just in this moment or about having had this conversation.
Like gratitude. Like, could it be gratitude? I
Totally.
feel
And that's
like at peace almost. I I think maybe more so grounded. I think grounded kind of sums it up. I
yeah,
feel like I'm in the place that I need to be.
yeah, that's beautiful. I think I would say that I feel calm and accomplished. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And it's a good place to be.
Do you guys have any checkout words? How are you guys feeling after this live, or even just after this week? Oh, Nicole, she said, so proud of my NamaSlay queens.
Nice. She's feeling proud. Cute. Cool.
Badassery, yes. That's a good word.
I know, I love that word.
Nicole says she feels proud. Yeah, I feel proud too. Proud and accomplished.
Yeah. Well, I think
All
this
right,
is a great way
so
to start our Saturday morning, and I'm grateful for your time, Severina, and I'm grateful that for anyone who jumped on.
likewise.
And yeah, and I love the backstory of our NamaSlay platform and the way we've come together and we continue to create and co-create beautiful things. I'm gonna take that into my
For
day.
sure. It's about to be
I have a
magical.
full I have a full day of getting this move organized and getting things sorted. So I'm going to slay it with a smile.
Oh, good luck. I just did
Yeah,
that.
I'll
It's a
I'll
struggle.
take this energy with me and try to slay it with a smile.
Yes, do
Thank you.
it. Yes, namaste.
Namaste.
NamaSlay.